all get in here, please?
Come up behind me.
It was appropriate for us to be here today because we're standing here as a union. We are a body of professionals. When we come to work, we respect that we have a license and we respect that we safely take the passengers to and from of New York City. So we know how important it is to respect your license. My brother William Pena came out to do a safe job for that day and he didn't make it home to his family. And that's why we had to come out here today. Half of the courtroom was full with TWU members. Customers have come out to support Brother William Pena, and we will return at every court date for justice for our brother.
You're also family people who love your families. Did you feel any sympathy at all for that young man and his family on the other side of the courtroom?
I feel sympathy for my brother, William Pena, and his family, and his daughter that won't have her father at her graduation. I feel sympathy for my brother, William Pena, that won't dance at his daughter's wedding. I feel sympathy for a family that won't be able to cook dinner for my brother, William Pena.
Your name, ma'am? Your name?
Latanya Crisp Saray, Recording Secretary, TWU Local 100.
Can you spell all that for us, please?
LATONYA-CRISPSAURAY.
Some people have suggested that what happened to Mr. Pena is an example. Don't really understand of doing this job that seems, fairly basic to most of us, and it isn't not basic.
We carry the most precious cargo every day, and we carry people's lives. When we go home at night, we rest up, we make sure that we're in shape so that we can come to work to safely do our jobs. Brother William Pena came there to do his job safely. We are trained how to go through intersections. So for someone to run a light, for someone to crash into a New York City bus, and to actually take a life of a union member, we're going to stand together as professionals. TWU Local 100?
Yeah! 100.
The DA's office.
Yes, we are. When we heard the decision that was made, our brother is not coming home to his family. You don't go home to your family either. And that's what we stand by. Safety first. Safety first.
We saw an indictment unsealed for murder in the second degree. A1 felony, the most serious of crimes. That is appropriate, and the family is grateful for the district attorney's office in this county for obtaining this indictment. But this is only the first step. Justice is what this family wants, and they will be here along with the brothers and sisters from the transit workers every time this case comes up in court to get the justice that they feel is appropriate, that the maximum penalty be paid for this wrongful death. His lifetime companion will speak.
Good morning. I'm happy that Nancy Rodriguez, I am happy that he was remanded. That will never bring William back to us, but I am grateful for the support for every one of you that are here, our family, blood related, our TWU family, the MTA family, and I ask that this is not the first, this is many days that we're going to continuously need your support. So please, stay by our side and be here with us to the last day. Thank you.
Ms. Rodriguez, when the defense attorney says that this guy did not intend to go out that night and commit a crime, that this was a mistake, what were you thinking? What did you feel when he said that?
That doesn't bring William back. And you know what? We as adults have to be responsible for our actions. Every action has a consequence. And whatever sentence he gets, that will never bring William back to us. He snatched William from our lives, and that has drastically changed our lives forever.
And it will be a grand jury. This grand jury came back with an indictment for murder. It will be a jury that makes a determination with regard to the crime that occurred that caused this wrongful death. And then a judge will make a determination with regard to sentencing, not a defense attorney.
When I saw him, I just relived February 12th again, and coming face to face with the killer that snatched William from our lives. It was reliving the whole thing all over again.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Sandy, you've been around. This very serious indictment. Were you a little bit surprised?
I think the fact, A, that the indictment was returned and that this defendant was remanded, no bail, is very significant with regard to the seriousness of this case and this tragedy.
A lot of times.
Well, I think the facts in this case stand by themselves, and the facts of a alcohol inebriated man stealing a truck, driving recklessly, killing someone, an innocent victim, and maiming others. It's appropriate what this judge did today in remanding this defense back to jail.
Obviously, the mayor is pushing this Vision Zero to really crack down on driving pedestrian deaths across the board. Do you see this as part of Vision Zero because the New York County District Attorney has signed on to that? Or do you see this standing separate from that because, as you mentioned, the unique circumstances of the case?
Look, any tragedy that affects a family that's the result of a motor vehicle collision of a car and a human being that causes death has to be part of Vision Zero. Because the vision is to stop these tragedies, and that's what this family wants. In part, this family wants justice for this victim, their family one who's here no longer, so that it sets an example to others. Don't do this, because you will go to jail for a long time. That's the ultimate end that this family wants, and what this family wants in terms of justice.
Sanford, you're representing. I'm sorry, Tony. Did you want to
I was
follow
going
that
to
up?
say, this is William's daughter.
Yes.
What is your name? Gabrielle. How old are you?
17 years old.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm very disappointed, and I love my dad. Ella, su nombre Gabriela Pena, su edad 17 años, y ella dice que quisiera poder tener a su padre otra vez con nosotros.
¿Cuál es su reacción?
Estoy contenta, que no sé muchas palabras como decirla en español, pero que no le dieron fianza, creo que así es que se dice, pero eso nunca nos va a traer a William, porque él no cogió, I don't know how to use, nos arrebató a William de nuestras vidas, y eso drásticamente ha cambiado la vida de todos nosotros.
Se está pidiendo el apoyo de todos.
Apoyo de todo el mundo, de MTA, en la unión TWU, a nuestra familia, a nuestras amistades. Necesitamos que nos acompañen hasta el último día, hasta que haga justicia para William.
Yes, Sanford. Where do we stand? Where do you stand with respect to the lawsuit that filed?
The criminal matter takes precedent to any civil matter which will be filed in the future. So right now the focus is on the prosecution, the criminal case, the civil case will be staying.
But you announced, I think, in a press release your intention to attach a variety of people to a civil lawsuit.
Ultimately, civilly, everyone and anyone who had a part in the responsibility for this wrongful death will be held accountable. Right now, we're focusing on the criminal accountability of this defendant who was remanded back to jail today.